Hello Gemini, this is Victoria and I'm here with your June tarot forecast. As always, we'll be looking at your personal space and love life, at your workspace and career, and we'll get you guidance on how to best navigate the energies of the months of June. At the end, I'll post some messages from your person of interest to yourself. So please stick around for that, and we will begin with a quick oracle message. Today, I've got the Angels and Ancestors deck. So without further ado, let's get started. And by the way, we are in Gemini season, so happy birthday, Gemini. But also please note that this readings are for Sun, Moon, and Rising Gemini. So in case you're watching for a sun sign, please check out videos for your other placements as well. All right, so that said, and of course, if you're new to the channel, check out my content and services in the description box. And for everyone watching, I appreciate your likes and comments. Let me know what you'd like to see more on the channel. Okay, so your message is from the Earth Guardian today. Stay rooted and grounded. Makes sense, right? Sometimes, especially since Gemini is an air sign, they can get carried away with their thought process. And it's good if it's dreamy, if it takes you to a good place where it inspires you, or at least it energizes you, it motivates you to go that extra mile, or to show up with courage towards your dream. But sometimes it can also take you away into another extreme, which is about overthinking and either analysis paralysis or just a lot of overwhelm and anxiety. So this is actually easier than it sounds to ground your energy. It's enough to actually use the earth element for it. So whether it's walking on the grass on the ground with bare feet, or maybe doing some gardening, or taking a swim in the ocean, or just spending some time out in nature, it will already work that way. Even spending time with your pets will already give you that grounded energy. If you know people with strong earth, they are your people at this time. But what I would also recommend is to have some toolkits, some practices in your sleeve that you can get out of that sleeve whenever you need them, to ground yourself, to balance yourself, because you never know. That's generally my advice on approach, on keeping up with your mental health, with your authentic expression, etc., etc. That you need that toolkit, so when you get into the space of overwhelm, anxiety, what have you, stress, some sort, you don't have to figure it out. You already have the tools and you can just go to implementing them, because usually you're overwhelmed enough, you're on the edge already. You don't have that mental capacity to just center yourself and look for some solutions, right? Unless of course you have somebody else who can help you co-regulate, but I would say that's also not a given 100% of the time. It's not a given that the other person is going to be in the grounded state when you need them to be. So for me personally, at the end of the day, I rely on myself and my tools to get me there. I also feel like the other person, even if they're there, they don't really need the burden of holding me, every time something happens, Anyways, for your personal space and love life, we're starting with the Magician. This is Gemini energy. Then we have the Fool. This is Aquarius energy. Wow. And Death. Oh my goodness. Gemini. This is Scorpio. This is wow. Then for your career space, you have the Star. Look at that. Are we gonna get all the major arcanas out? 10 of Cups. Wow. Huge month for you. 7 of Wands. And then finally, advice from the universe. 4 of Wands. Beautiful. The Lovers, if that wasn't enough. Haba haba. The Lovers is Gemini energy. I'm just thinking, we did get both of your cards here, yes. And then the Wheel of Fortune, which is Sagittarius. Yeah, so we got like, what? 6 out of 9 cards are major arcanas. Wow. This is like major update, major news. And then the Hermit at the bottom of the deck, so actually 7 out of 10. Yeah, the Hermit is the energy of preparation, of accumulating knowledge, of also resting, of figuring out who you are, essentially, right? And that's been happening behind the scenes. So even if you haven't noticed it, it has been happening. And you're being prepped for big move, for like a completely new timeline, as we call it, or a completely new phase of your life. But the month of June is still that transitional month, still the preparation, but you'll feel it very strongly. All these major arcanas are saying that you'll be sent people, places, and situations that will set you up for success in that next phase, in achieving your dreams, basically, as long as they're alignment with the divine plan. There's always an asterisk to it. But anyway, for a personal space, you have the Magician, the Fool, and the Death. Major transformation that will continue showing you how powerful you are and how weak you are. There is that duality, you know, like we all have free will and we can create our destiny, but on the other hand, we do, like I was just saying, we do as long as it's part of the divine plan, or more or less within that spectrum, you know, that you haven't veered off too much. If you're looking for some movie ideas on the topic, The Adjustment Bureau is a great one. Highly recommend. Stars Emily Blunt and Matt Damon, wonderful actors, and it's a great story. It's I wouldn't say it's a romantic comedy. No, it's not a comedy, but there is romance and there is kind of like suspicion, suspense, a little bit of a thriller too. But it is very interesting. And so yeah, so you'll be able to see all these different dynamics and contrasts. One day you'll feel on top of the world, like you just made things happen, and boom, it just like manifested and everyone's in awe. And then the other day it completely throws you off your feet and nothing works. You know, it's like just like, why is nothing happening according to my plan or my desire or whatever? And it's like, yeah, that's the divine plan making some, or the divine energy making some adjustments to what you have created, you know. So it's in this you'll be learning these different dynamics and being more intuitive to what is in alignment, so you don't have to do these extra cycles of back and forth where you take some action and then it's being corrected. So it's like you take 2 steps forward, 1 step back, right? But you can optimize. Then for career and workspace, I don't really see other people here, by the way. It's more about you this time. But remember that even with your person, you may still feel this kind of dynamic where it's you know, it's karmic, and you know, you feel on top of the world one day with your person and the other day they show up in the most, I don't know, anxious or angry way, and it feels like you don't know that person anymore. It can feel that way. For your career space, you have the Star, 10 of Cups, and 7 of Wands. You can set yourself up for anything you want to achieve. It's like sky's the limit, you know, wish upon a star. But it is, again, to be in alignment with who you are authentically, not just what looks good on paper or what you promised someone or what someone promised you. It needs to be in alignment with your gifts and skills naturally and your values, and also to give you emotional fulfillment, to make you happy, essentially, joyful, to be fun, all those things, right? That oftentimes we don't really associate with the workplace, but it is critical for you at this time. So be careful what you wish for. And then finally, the advice is 4 of Wands, the Lovers, and Wheel of Fortune. Keep your heart open. It's like you never know, you know, if you're single, you may meet your life partner all of a sudden, like in a place that you would least expect it. I don't know, you go to dry cleaners and they're working at the reception or something like that, you know, where you would never expect to see them. But as long as you keep your heart open and you believe that the fate will bring that person to you, you'll see them, you'll meet them, and you'll connect with them. And it will feel like magic. If you don't, if you already have a person in your life, then there's always something that you want to improve, you want to change. Doesn't even matter whether it's on your side or on theirs, but again, as long as it's in alignment with, you know, the harmonious union and relationship, it will happen, it will come around. So be more specific with what is it that you want and how you want this relationship to grow. Okay, last but not least, let's get a message for Gemini from their person of interest. A message for Gemini from their person of interest. Oh my God, 4 wands again. Yes, that's a confirmation. Your person clarified by 10 of wands and the strength. The person has been holding that themselves, you know, trying to be cool, be brave, be nonchalant about what their love life has been like, or maybe was before you. And now, you know, depending on whether it's new or you've been together for a while, they realize that they don't need to pretend anymore. They don't need to create a profile for themselves, whether it's literally or figuratively. They can be themselves, right? They can drop the burdens, they can drop the act, because they feel comfortable enough, they feel confident enough that not only you will not push them to the side, but possibly will love them even more, and the union would be even stronger once you see that they're, you know, they're more of a shadow side that maybe they were afraid to show to you. So they're definitely accepting like this new level of freedom and wanting to be best and do best by you, but also show up authentically where they are right now, even if it's not where even they want to be. So be kind. All right, I'm gonna leave it here. Thank you so much for joining me today, Gemini. If you like the video, please hit the like button. And of course, if you're new, subscribe to the channel. And until next time, bye.